Once again, a very, very warm welcome and thank you for joining us on Mirror Now on the Saturday morning. Let's get started with our top focus story. Now, amid the fierce protests against the centre's much contentious Agnipath scheme for the recruitment in the defence services, the government has now decided to make a second big concession in as many days. Now, the Home Ministry has announced 10% reservation for all the Agniveers in the Central Armed Police Forces as well as the Assam Rifles. Now, the ministry has said that 3 years age relaxation will be given beyond the prescribed upper age limit to the Agniveers for the recruitment in the Central Armed Forces as well as the Assam Rifles. Further, for the first batch of the Agniveers, the age relaxation will be for 5 years beyond the prescribed upper age limit. Meanwhile, the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh is all set to chair a crucial review meeting today at 10:30 a.m. All the 3 service chiefs are set to be present at the meeting, along with the Defence Secretary and the Additional Secretary, Department of Military Affairs. And I'm being joined by my colleague Dharani Live, who is reporting from Chennai. Dharani, a very good morning to you. What does the ground situation look like in the Chennai city? We know that protests have in fact rocked states of Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Ranchi, even Delhi NCR to name a few. But what does the ground situation exactly look like in the Chennai city?
The Agnipath protests have finally hit Chennai also. Today morning, around 400 youngsters from different parts of Tamil Nadu, they came together near the Secretariat building here in Chennai, and they were raising slogans against the BJP government for introducing the Agnipath recruitment scheme. So they had placards in their hands that told that they want the old recruitment scheme to be brought back, and they want the rollback of the Agnipath scheme. In fact 400 youngsters came together, and that particular spot, it was very chaotic at that point in time. Hundreds of police personnel, they were put in that place to control the crowd, because all of these crowd they were raising slogans against the BJP government at a very high voice, and even they were doing push-ups and rolling in the roads. So the situation it looked very chaotic, and hundreds of police personnel, they were put at the spot to control the crowd. So after around 1.5 hours, since all these people gathered together near the Secretariat building to protest against the Agnipath, the police personnel, they took them in 6 to 7 buses to Rajratnam Stadium, and they have detained them there. So currently all the 400 youngsters who were trying to protest against the Agnipath scheme near Secretariat building, they are under detention now. They are under detention in Rajratnam Stadium here in Chennai. So they are expected to be under detention till today evening. After that, they will be let off. So right now in front of Rajratnam Stadium, again hundreds of police personnel, they have been put there for security purpose. So no one is allowed to enter the stadium, or no one is allowed to come outside of the stadium also. So the security has been tightened in that particular spot, and the Chennai police are also taking steps to prevent another protest-like situation here in Chennai in relation to Agnipath, because today's protest, it's totally unexpected and unannounced. All of a sudden, out of the blue today, 400 youngsters from different parts of Tamil Nadu, they came together near Secretariat building here in Chennai. So the police are investigating how these people communicated and how they got together in that spot at the right time. So that investigation is also being carried out, and the Chennai police is also tightening security across the capital city to prevent another protest-like situation, and to keep the situation started.
All right, Dharani, since you're reporting from the ground, I'm sure you must have had a word, in fact, with the protesters. So what exactly are their concerns? If you could just throw some light on the concerns of these protesters.
Well, when we spoke to some of the protesters, they are telling that they've been preparing to enter the Indian Army for 3-4 years now, and suddenly when they hear that the old recruitment scheme is not going to be followed and the Agnipath scheme is going to be introduced, they are telling that they were not able to come in terms with it, and they are telling that since the Agnipath scheme only allows 4 years of job for 75% of the people, like only 25% of the people, they'll be retained by the Indian Army for permanent jobs. The rest 75% they'll have to come back. So they are telling that this will not provide them with job security, and that this is not what they expected from the Indian government. And in fact, they want the old recruitment scheme to be rolled back, to be brought back, because these people with hopes of entering the Indian Army, they've been preparing themselves for the past 3-4 years, and all of a sudden when there's a sudden huge change, they're not able to come in terms with it, and they feel that only if the old recruitment scheme is in place, they'll have job security, and that they'll have financial security in their lives.
All right, Dharani, thank you so much for joining us with all those ground details. And now let's take a quick look at what the ground situation looks like in the state of Bihar. Coming in, a report from Patna.
देखिए, पिछले 3 दिनों से जिस तरह से यहाँ पर विरोध प्रदर्शन चल रहे हैं, उसको लेकर सभी ट्रेनें यहाँ पर रूट को डाइवर्ट किया गया है, कई ट्रेनों को, और कई ट्रेनें रद्द है। उस वजह से भारी भीड़ है। पटना जंक्शन पर अभी हम मौजूद है, और ये मेन लाइन रूट है, ये जो हावड़ा से नई दिल्ली को जाती है वो, और इस रूट को अगर बाधित किया जाता है तो बड़ी संख्या में जो पैसेंजर्स हैं वो प्रभावित होते हैं। और वही तस्वीर यहाँ दिख भी रही है कि किस तरह से जो यात्री हैं वो परेशान है। हालांकि पुलिस बल की यहाँ पर बड़ी संख्या में तैनाती दिख रही है, क्योंकि जिस तरह से 3 दिनों से यहाँ पर विरोध प्रदर्शन हुए हैं, उसके बाद से लगातार ये सरकार की कोशिश है कि कैसे इसको शांत किया जाए, और इसी को लेकर पुलिस प्रशासन की चौकसी है। लेकिन चूंकि ट्रेनें कैंसिल हो रही है, इस वजह से जो यात्री हैं वो बहुत परेशान है। लगभग जो रेलवे की तरफ से जानकारी दी गई है कि सिर्फ कल की बात करें तो 7 करोड़ रुपए के टिकट की वापसी यहाँ पर हुई है। यानी कि आप समझिए कि कितना बड़ा नुकसान रेलवे को हो रहा है। और दानापुर, जहाँ पर कल सबसे ज़्यादा हंगामा हुआ था, वहाँ पर जो DRM है दानापुर के, उन्होंने कहा है कि 163 करोड़ की क्षति रेलवे को हुई है। तो एक बड़ा नुकसान इस आंदोलन के दौरान रेलवे को हो रहा है, और इस पर अब जल्द से जल्द रोक लगाने की जरूरत है। जी।